Today we drink 2 fresh Longjing. Let's compare. Hi guys, this is Gabriele from nannuoshan, where we share the pleasure of drinking and discovering genuine farm tea. Caroline is with me.
Hi.
Just half an hour ago, after dinner, you asked me, do you have Longjing? Of course, I have Longjing. I have tons of Longjing, but in particular, I have 2 very fresh ones that just arrived from China a few weeks ago. So I was in Berlin to receive all the goods, and I took also a little bit of every tea with me. And we have here 2 Longjing from the same producer. One will be our classic Longjing and the other one will be a superior one. So today I thought, let's compare the two so that we can enjoy 2 Longjing, and you guys maybe together with us can learn a little bit how to recognize a higher quality Longjing from a classic one. They are both pre-Qingming, so they are both actually very high quality Longjing, well before the rain season, or what is designated as Qingming on April 5th. And they both come from the 10,000 lake, Chandao Hu. So 1000 Island Lake, that's the name, 1000 Islands Lake, which is a region in Zhejiang. It is Zhejiang Longjing in the west of Zhejiang, about 100 kilometers or so from Hangzhou, in near a reservoir, and is also a natural protected area. It's just a big lake, a big reservoir with a lot of islands. That's why they call it the 1000 Islands Lake. And the difference between the two is manifolds, actually. Let's start with the commonalities. Same farmer, same garden, but not same bushes. So are actually 2 gardens, one next to each other, because they are 2 different cultivars. We have the superior, that is this one on this side here. This is Wu Niu Zhao, which is a cultivar that is used for Longjing. It means Wu Niu, black cow, and Zhao, early. We will come to that in a second. The other one is the most classic Longjing 43, the classic one. So it's the different cultivar, and we see they feature also different size and different colors, right?
Yes, so this one is more yellowish and this one is more dark green, and the leaves seem a bit longer with the Longjing
Classic,
43
yeah.
compared to these ones.
This is a very early peak. March 7th, 2022, this year, very, very early peak. This is March 29. Yeah, but I say 2 different cultivar. We come to that in a second. So as you said, these leaves are a little bit larger. These are very tiny, a little bit more homogeneous.
So these are longer, but I would say they're nearly thinner.
Yeah, this is a different shape. That's right. Yeah, this is a little bit longer. And here the yellowish, you
quite
said.
thin for a Longjing. I would associate this type of thickness more with Longjing compared to this one.
Mm-hmm. And the yellowish also comes from the type of roasting. So I would expect, let's find out, that this one here has a little bit of a higher roasting.
Mm-hmm.
Without further ado, we warm up our, we warm up our guy one first. We should take a waste container, right? Mm-hmm. Can you take a glass? We can just pour it here in a glass. We are now going to wash these very fresh leaves. So it's just for a rinse. And actually, we have here the 2 packages, yeah, the superior one and the classic one. They come all in these 100-gram bags from the producer, so that they are sealed until we really open up one pouch to pack it for you. And of course, we put everything in the fridge. Yeah, let's go. So you take, of course, the best one. I take the classic one.
So this is the best one.
Yours is the best one, the one you took. Mixing up. That one is definitely a fresher aroma to me.
So this one is like what you would associate more with a Longjing, so nutty, a bit of roastiness, a bit of yeah, like maybe cocoa powder, something like a bit umami. I don't know, like the typical Longjing. And this one feels
Fresher. Yeah, like it looks like.
fresher and more fragrant. Like there's still a bit of floweriness nearly that normally you wouldn't have in a Longjing.
We had one here. We had a nutty Longjing and a flower Longjing to distinguish between a low fire and a high fire. Sometimes we really designated them as such, low fire and high fire. Generally speaking, though, Longjing is a high fire green tea. So with respect to other Longjing, it's fire at a relatively high temperature. This is just relatively between each other.
And
But
this has a bit of the
them.
Japanese green tea smell, maybe, I would say. Yeah.
So algae.
Yeah, algae. I don't know. Yeah, feels.
All right, let's brew them. 80 degrees water. And I mentioned before that this one is the Unyo Zao, so black cow early. That early, it means that is a cultivar that tends to flush new leaves earlier. Yeah, so it is an early pluck, of course. We said March 7, but it's also particularly early because in other zones in China or with other type of cultivar, the harvest would not yet have started at that time. Here you can even see better how tiny these leaves are and how homogeneous. By that, by the way, you can already tell a very early harvest. If it's not early, you won't have that tiny leaves, then the leaves grow a little bit more. So that's already an indication actually of the time of the harvest. Much greener color, so we expect here really kind of two different tastes actually. I don't have a filter, so let's see what I get out of these. Wait, Caroline. I have to do first this one so that we go in the right order. We want to brew them at least in the same way so that we have a clear comparison. So I do a little bit earlier with these, and you can go with the other one. There we go. Let's see if also that brighter color comes into the brew. Oh, that's surprising. This is this a little bit, yeah, this is yellower actually.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's a bit difficult to tell, but oh well, if I look at like this, they are very similar, honestly. It may be just a reflex of the light, they are very similar. Oh yeah, very green. Here is a fresh cut of green, maybe even some slightly cooked vegetables. Yeah, like can be anything. I mean, can be peas, can be asparagus, but just you put in water and take out. Yeah. And this is much warmer. Do you smell that note? It's difficult to describe to me, but there is a characteristic, a little bit sweet note.
It's a bit like sweet peas, like the sweet peas. I would say really the sweetness, but still vegetal.
I mean, and look at the color of these leaves. You can really instantly see really the roasting in them. But let's. Which one do you want to start with? Actually, you want the Longjing.
Difficult. Maybe let's start with this one. I don't know.
The nutty one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we start with the superior. Very sweet.
Yeah, sweet pea.
Wow.
Yeah, sweet pea juice.
Very sweet. It's like unexpectedly sweet. Longjing is not necessarily super sweet. It's also not bitter tea. It's not like bilochun that you characterize with the bitterness, but this is so sweet.
Mm. Yeah, you could try cooking peas and getting.
Wow. And let's see what we expect to be more greener and floral. That's the case.
It reminds me of something.
Way fresher. Is way
It's totally
fresher.
different. So I wouldn't associate it with Long Jing, but it has this Japanese taste. So it feels like it's more powerful in your
A
mouth.
Longjing with the Japanese taste.
Yeah, I don't know.
Since I have the computer in front of me, I
Yeah,
thought
like a bit
checking
of matcha,
prices.
but not with the thickness of matcha or anything like that. But you still
Okay.
have this a bit of a hint.
Let's see.
I'm surprised. I thought I wouldn't like this one, but I like it for other reasons. It's probably not your typical Longjing.
It's not your
But
typical
I
Longjing,
really,
yeah.
I like the taste. I like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you don't have that roasted chestnuts that are typical of Longjing and that nuttiness and
Chestnuts still.
you
Yeah,
have that?
Yeah, you
but
have this.
but not roasted.
Oh yeah, you have the chestnut.
For me it's like,
Like-
water chestnuts maybe.
Yeah. But that's the taste as well. Like I find it really strong. Yeah, that was what it reminded me of. When you cook these chestnuts on the fire, and it's totally that. It's really now that first I was like,
Well,
it's
I don't
like
have that
Japanese green
anymore.
tea, but I feel like it's
Now that
it's chestnutty. It's like chestnut.
in the second taste, I see that actually.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay, that's a different story. At first that green taste for me covered actually the nuttiness
Yeah, but
and
you
the
have
chestnut.
the
But you have
chestnut.
that,
You
yeah.
have the yeah.
So let's do another brew. Let's see what comes out. It's just the first one. Start always with this one. And let's see. Yeah, that's interesting. Is a little bit hidden because because is low fire, so that chestnut note is not so present and so warm as in the other one. But I would say here the chestnut note is covered a little bit by the sweetness.
Yes.
And here by the green. Yeah, the green florality if you want. And while this brew I have here pull out the prices because honestly we didn't prepare any script here, we just started drinking and I wanted to check the price. So just for your reference, yeah, our price, so wholesale price, we pay this tea double. Okay, straight 1-to-1, double than the other. If we look at the price you guys will pay, it's in euro. The classic one should be, if price will be confirmed, 19 euros. You can check online and check if that's the price, 19 euros. So we'll be a little bit above that in US dollar. All these teas are already also in the warehouse in the US. So these would be maybe about 21 US dollar. And this is 29 euros. So it will be maybe $32. So you have, 10 euros, $10 more than the other. It's not huge. It's a difference, but not huge. Have a sip of the superior one. Also cool. Tell me if you have that sweetness also in the cool one.
So a bit less.
So nuttier or?
Yeah, but not just like a bit of nuttiness, but I wouldn't directly come to chestnuts, you know, some other nuts. Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes you also find the hint of fruitiness in it. Can be reminds of lemon or of fresh spices. Do you have any of that?
Not really. I don't think so.
You go with
Sure.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go in the other direction
Okay.
though, because we don't.
Mhm.
So the classic Longjing. We don't call it classic on the website, just Longjing, but just to distinguish it from the other.
It's true. There's this chestnut flavor. Now that's the only thing I can think of.
To me, it reminds me of chestnuts, but not of roasted chestnut to me. It's more, water chestnuts,
And you have
boiled
this,
chestnuts.
I don't know, a bit of starchiness, I would say. Like when you drink a dansong and it's the third, fourth steep. I don't know.
Let's go with the superior one. Yeah, it's there is more nuttiness. There is a little bit of butteriness, if I can say that word. It's the consistency of butter is there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different nuttiness.
Milky.
Maybe of dried cookies or something like that a bit.
I will bring up the temperature. I do one other brew at high temperature just to see what comes out. I would expect that these turns bitter and with a little bit of astringency, but I'm curious about the other one. And many of you always ask the question if you, nannuoshan, store the tea in the fridge. What shall we do when we receive the tea at home? Do I store my tea in the fridge at home? I don't. I don't for many reasons. First of all, I would fill the fridge with green tea. I had once in a previous flat a fridge only for green tea. I don't have that anymore. And secondly...
But if it's in your home fridge, I feel like there's so much risk of foods being smelly and just flavoring your tea because it's so quick.
Even if you put it in a Tupperware
even
or so.
If it's in something, and then there's temperature changes. If you open the fridge, you close the fridge. I'm not sure it's a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's
variation all the time.
Once you get it from the shop, you just don't have to. You just to drink it. You don't have to keep it in the fridge. It won't take forever for you to drink that tea. So just maybe a few months, and then it's completely fine. We just keep it in the fridge so that you get the freshest possible, and also in 6 months, 8 months, a year, it still will be very, very fresh. For this type of tea, and I would say 80% of our green tea are all packed in small pouches, either 50 gram or 100 gram, sealed directly by the producer. So you have this dual level of freshness if you want. No contact with air and kept in the fridge. And I'm curious now, I mean, to me it's clear, here you have better quality. Okay, that's you see in the leaves. I like it better just because it's sweeter and it has a more refined nuttiness taste that's characteristic of Long Jing.
That's closer to a traditional Longjing.
Traditional Longjing, yeah.
This is more, it's, I would say, quite different from what I would categorize as a Longjing, but I really like the taste because it's very chestnutty. But even when you look at the leaves now, like if I would see these leaves in a cup, I wouldn't say it's like
Longjing. It's fairly large leaves, yeah. And as you said, you can see even here that it tends to be long, fairly long leaves. Yeah, we say this is Longjing 43 cultivar. This is U New Zao. 100 degrees water.
But the taste is really good. It's still like very, very, very strong.
Lingering.
Yeah. Yeah, this feels like cookies after you drink this one, because it's quite sweet and biscuity.
Which one?
Buttery biscuit.
Dry biscuit. I mean, not the cookies, soft, you know,
Yeah,
dry.
the dried ones, like like butterscotch cookies or something like that.
Yeah, actually, that's the one I had in mind. I just didn't remember what's the name. Butterscotch cookies. One. So Karen, here we have 100 degrees water and we brewed them for quite some time. So it is a check to see how the tea reacts. Nothing? Look how greener this one is, yeah.
No bitterness, at least for this one.
The nutty one? Oh yeah, it's still sweet. Very hot.
Yeah.
You even have to let it cooling down to get the taste again, but no bitterness. So I would say, especially if you get it in the next weeks and so, try really to brew it at 100 degrees water. You get more taste out of it, but then let it cooling down just a little bit before drinking. And I like these head-to-head comparison between the two Longjing. I'll try to do that with other teas. It really point out differences so clearly. Let's see how the green one, and I would say in the cup here it really looks.
So for this
brighter.
one, you start getting a bit of astringency, like yeah, but it's not major. I mean, it's normal if you brew it to 100 degrees. Yeah.
Here I get a bit more of that grass unripe taste, fresh taste with the 100 degrees. And I have to say, I'm kind of surprised that it's not bitter either. Either it's me, I'm quite resilient to bitterness, but let's see, Caroline, what do you say? I was expecting here bitterness.
Now it tastes like spinach.
But
spinach water.
Uncooked spinach, fresh, like
yeah,
a spinach salad.
The fresh one. The fresh one.
Spinach leaves, make a salad out of it.
So the chestnut, I feel it less now.
And you get spinach.
You get spinach now.
Fresh spinach. I don't get the peas anymore that I was having before. So certainly completely different experience. We see it now better with the 100-degree brew that this is paler in color, is yellow, and this is a little bit browner in color. Reflects the color of the leaves, the level of firing, as we have said. So two very different teas. I'm happy that we have a clear difference here so that you guys can go for whatever you feel like. Yeah, and I would say it really depends on your taste and even on the mood actually. So this is classic traditional Longjing taste. Nutty, very sweet. You cannot overbrew it. We tried. It's pretty good.
Fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
both are fine.
There's no bitterness, like, yeah, I mean, if you compare it to other green teas, it's nothing, yeah.
And yes, and here you have that chestnuts that we, at least me, myself, I didn't notice at the very beginning, but then came back right at the second sip. It's, to me, not a roasted chestnut. To Caroline, could be a roasted chestnut.
Yeah.
So, up to you to decide. Drink it and find out. And I have one last question. Is there any, I mean, dependent of the price and so, but is there one of the two that you would go in terms of taste? You just say, okay, I like it. Yeah, forget this Longjing. Which one do you like? Difficult.
I was quite surprised by this one, actually. I don't know.
That's because of the low expectation, maybe.
No, yeah, I think so.
Because at the beginning we saw it very green, so we were expecting a greener taste, a bit more aggressive, no chestnuts, and
then it was
bitterness.
total chestnut, yeah. And this one is sweeter, so it depends. Yeah.
Difficult to choose. For me, I prefer the nutty sweeter, just my taste. It has that pink color almost in the cup.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah, almost pinky. Yeah.
But when you look at the leaves, this is definitely more like a Long Jing. This one is like, I don't know.
That's greener, yeah.
It's weirder. Like
Is Longjing 43 cultivar? It's a cultivar developed just for Longjing, but processed lighter.
That's not what I associate with Long Jing.
But you have the chestnut note that is typical of Longjing. So I don't know. It's hard. Anyway, we will leave you with this. I hope you have enjoyed this parallel tasting. Caroline, I hope you have enjoyed the new fresh Longjing. And we will see you in the next video. Bye guys.